So, Marvel really made fans wait for the first teaser of Fantastic Four. They announced that the trailer would be released at 7 a.m., but then they added an extra 1-hour timer after that, meaning there was a countdown for the countdown itself. But anyway, the teaser is finally here. As expected, there haven't been any major reveals. Obviously, since it's just a teaser, it mainly introduces all the characters. We got a glimpse of everyone, and finally, we got our first look at Galactus, which is a huge deal. The first shot of the teaser shows the Baxter Building. Now, for those who don't know, in the comics, the Baxter Building is the headquarters of the Fantastic Four, just like Avengers Tower is for the Avengers. Then we get our first look at Reed Richards and Sue Storm, aka Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. Now, for those unfamiliar with Fantastic Four, who haven't seen any movies or read any comics, let me explain. The Fantastic Four team consists of astronauts who were on a space mission where they were hit by some kind of radiation or cosmic wave, causing an accident. Later, they discovered that each of them had gained different superpowers. I'm explaining in a very short and simple way, but that's basically their origin. This movie won't focus on their origin story, but from the teaser, it's clear that the story takes place some time after they've already gotten their powers, which means they're still struggling to control them. Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. Now, we all know what his superpower is. He can stretch his body like rubber. Yes, every part of his body can stretch. We recently saw an alternate variant of this character in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where Wanda turned him into noodles. But more important than his stretching ability is the fact that he's a super genius. In the comics, Reed Richards is considered the smartest character in the entire Marvel Universe. Even in official rankings, he's number 1, followed by Tony Stark at number 2. The MCU hasn't officially confirmed this ranking yet, but sooner or later, they'll reveal it too. The Thing and Herbie. In the next sequence, we see Herbie and Ben Grimm, aka The Thing. This scene shows Herbie cooking and Ben Grimm tasting the food. This is a nod to the Bear TV show, which fans of the show will immediately recognize. The actor playing Ben Grimm, Eben Moss-Backrack, is also one of the main characters in The Bear, where the story revolves around chefs and restaurants. Herbie, on the other hand, is a robot. His full name is HERBIE, highly engineered robot built for intergalactic exploration. In the comics, Reed Richards built Herbie using Zenla technology. MCU fans will remember Zenla as the planet where the Nova Corps lived, which Thanos attacked to steal the Power Stone in Infinity War. So in the MCU, Herbie has been built using Zenla's technology. Reed Richards and his interdimensional research. Then, we see Reed Richards standing in front of a blackboard, seemingly researching some kind of portal. It looks like Marvel is trying to make him as smart as Tony Stark, and instead of time travel, he might invent an interdimensional device that allows travel between universes. We've already seen a variant of Reed use similar technology before. Even Kang's variants use similar tech. And here's an interesting fact that many people might not remember. Kang the Conqueror is actually a descendant of Reed Richards. His real name is Nathaniel Richards. So, if they connect all of this properly in the MCU, it will be amazing. At the very least, it'll be super fun to break down all these details. The origin of their powers. In the next few shots, we hear Reed's dialogue explaining how they got their superpowers. As I mentioned before, they went on a space mission, got hit by cosmic radiation, and everything changed. Reed became rubber-like. Sue Storm became invisible. Ben Grimm turned into stone. Johnny Storm became the Human Torch. Ben Grimm's psychological struggles. In Fantastic Four stories, all characters are important, but Ben Grimm, the Thing, gets extra focus. Many stories explore his psychological struggles. Unlike the others, Ben feels cursed by his powers because while the rest got cool abilities, he permanently turned into a giant rock monster. But he is the only character who is disfigured even in the comics. His story shows how he overcomes this depression, and I guess from the short glimpses of the Thing shown here, it feels like we'll see something similar in this movie as well. Here, we also get a look at the Fantastic Car. Obviously, since it's a superhero team, they need a vehicle. It has had many versions in the comics, upgrading over time. And recently, we even saw a version of it in Deadpool and Wolverine. By the way, that movie also showed a variant with a more human touch. You all must remember that old film. Next, we see the character played by John Malkovich. The fact that he's shown in the teaser means he's an important character. Maybe he's some variant of Reed Richards? Personally, I even feel like he could be Franklin Richards, Reed's son, who has possibly come from the future with some sort of warning message. Then we get our first look at Galactus, and I don't think this character even needs an introduction. But yeah, you see him standing in front of the Statue of Liberty. Recently, the MCU has been using this statue to signify alternate Earths or universes. In the MCU's universe, the Statue of Liberty was upgraded, replacing the torch with Captain America's shield. In Guardians of the Galaxy, we even saw a completely alternate version of it. But here, we see a normal Statue of Liberty. Anyway, it's officially confirmed that this movie takes place in a completely separate universe. This is not the same Earth where the Avengers events happened. The timeline of the movie is set in the 1960s, but this version of Earth advanced significantly during that era, which is why we get a retro-futuristic vibe from the trailer. You can sort of compare it to the TVA's aesthetic in Loki, where technology exists but everything, including fashion, looks old. At the end of the teaser, we get a proper look at the Fantastic Four in their classic suits, exactly like the ones from the 1960s comics. Seeing this on screen was an amazing experience. Personally, I really liked the teaser. It felt unique, very different from other MCU movies. And man, they teased Galactus here. Who wouldn't be excited about that? There are even rumors that this universe might have a version of Tony Stark as Doctor Doom, and we'll most likely see his first appearance here. Let's see what happens. How did you like my breakdown? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. To know the cosmic hierarchy of Marvel, check out the video above. And for all the hidden details in Deadpool and Wolverine, watch the one below. I'll be back with a new video soon.